Hi guys, welcome to Money Africa. If you're joining us for the very first time, Money Africa is a financial literacy platform that leverages on technology to simplify the numbers for Africans. So we're talking about how to make money, how to grow it sustainably, and how it affects your pocket. Today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. I remember the very first time I came across the Proverbs 31 woman, I was thinking, what is the fuss all about? Until I dug into it and read it more, and it jumped out at me. So today I'll be speaking about 4 money lessons from the Proverbs 31 woman. So while I dug into it, I found this. In Proverbs 31:16, it says that she considers a field and buys it. Bingo! What goes out at you? She's definitely talking about personal finance research and investment. So what do you need to look at before you make an investment? The number one thing for you to consider before you make an investment is your own financial goal. What is your financial goal? How long do you want to be in the market for? What is your financial goal? Once you're able to evaluate what your financial goal is, then it's easier for you to be able to craft, how to go into the market, how to inspect, how to verify, and how to do other things. Number 2 thing to look out for before you invest is management. It is very, very imperative that you do your research to know who the people behind the business are before you put in your money. Now, the people who run the business are the backbone of that business. So do your research. Is it a listed company? Is it a non-listed company? For those hearing listed and non-listed for the first time, a listed company is a company that is listed on a stock exchange, that is, many people have access to buy into it, while a non-listed companies are smaller privately held companies. So this could be the company of your friend, or a business your friend told you about, or a small farm that you and your friend want to do together. But look into it. Who are the people behind it? Can they be trusted? What have they done in the past? What is their track record, amongst others? So management is very, very critical to look at whenever you want to start investing. Now, another thing to also look at is the numbers. What have they done in the past? What is the numbers saying? Numbers is extremely important. So for instance, if we were to go into a real estate market, right, how has that area performed in the past? What are you anticipating for the future? Just basically looking at the data set. If you look at the data long enough, you're able to sort of, project. You could be wrong, but at least it's better than not having any data at all. So very, very, very important that we're actually looking at the numbers. The numbers. Analysts like to call it fundamental analysis. So fundamental analysis is when you scrutinize it. Look at the revenue, look at the expenses, look at the profit, and you're thinking about the long run, what's going to happen. Another thing for you to consider before you invest is, how long do I plan to hold this investment for? So is it a short-term asset? Is it a medium-term asset, or is it a long-term asset? So short-term usually means that you're holding that asset for less than a year. Medium-term looks like from 2 to 5 years, while long-term is 5 years and above. When you're considering all these different aspects, it helps you to evaluate if that investment is the best one for you. Some investments are excellent for short-term hold, while some are great for long-term hold. So you need to understand, how long am I in the market for? The last but not the least is, what is my risk appetite? In a former video, we did a video talking about, how to evaluate risk amongst others. So it's something for you to actually consider. What is my risk appetite? Do I have a low risk appetite? Do you have a medium risk appetite? Do you have a high risk appetite? If you're able to evaluate what your risk appetite is, it will also help you during that stage when you're doing your own personal financial research before you actually invest it. So just like the Proverbs 31 woman, she inspects the field, that she does the research first. She's not investing blindly. She's not investing because everybody's talking about it. She's not investing because she read something on Reddit and they say, oh, everybody should go buy Dogecoin. She is doing her research. Then once she does her research, then she plugs into it. So are you a Proverbs 31 woman? Are you doing your research before you actually invest? The research comes first, then the investment comes later. Fantastic. Let's look at the second lesson. The second money lesson is, out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Can you see it? She is not living from hand to mouth. She is compounding her dividend. Now, this is where the biggest problem lies. A lot of people, once they've gotten the business right and they're making a profit, they actually consume their profit. They eat their fruits, right? The Proverbs 31 woman does not eat her seed, neither does she eat her fruit. She puts it back into the soil and it grows, and she puts it back into the soil and it grows, and she puts it back into the soil and it grows. Compounding is the eighth wonder, and even Warren Buffett says that. So it is very, very imperative that as investors that we are actually compounding our effort. Think of this. You put a bucket underneath a leaking tap and it drips into it, and eventually what happens? It fills up. So if you keep eating your dividend, if you do not let the dividend, grow, you have a situation where as you make money, you eat it, you make money, you eat it, and then the cycle continues. Let me use this quick example with you. Do you know that, let's say you were investing $300 in an index fund, compounding at 12% per annum, after 30 years, that's actually $1 million, and that is the power of compounding. It's growing over time. Think about all the different things you could be using $300 to do every day or every month, right? So that is the power of compounding. So Proverbs 31 woman does not live from hand to mouth. She compounds. She lets her dividend work for her while she sleeps, while it keeps growing. Let's look at the third money lesson. Number 3 lesson. This is Proverbs 31 verse 18. She sees that her training is profitable. Now, a Proverbs 31 woman crunches her numbers. She understands how it works. She's looking at the revenue. She's looking at the expenses. She's looking at the profit. She understands that revenue is not the same thing as profit. She's tracking her bottom line. She's doing the numbers. Now, a lot of business owners do not examine their books. Many people are not even keeping books. They do not know how much they spend on electricity per month, how much they spend on delivery, about all these other things. So we need to understand our numbers, so that way we are not working in vain. So if we're going to do that business, we might as well pay attention to ensure that we're maximizing it, we're growing the profits, we're growing the revenue, and we're keeping the expenses low. So the Proverbs 31 one understands this. She is in love and in tune with her numbers. So guys, are we going to crunch our numbers? Are we going to keep detailed analysis of what we're spending in our company, or are we just going to be running a company for the sake of running it? A Proverbs 31 woman is not running a loss-making business. She's not running the business just for the fun of it. She's running it, she's making a profit, and she understands her numbers. Now let's go to the fourth money lesson. The fourth money lesson here is from Proverbs 31 verse 20. She opens her arms to the poor. Now a lot of people keep talking about, oh Tosin, I don't have money, what can I give to charity? But in actual fact, you do not have to wait till you actually get very wealthy. You can start from where you are. Sometimes it's even just your time, volunteering at your neighboring charity, looking for something that is purposeful, and start, volunteering your time. If you have the resources, also making a pledge. It doesn't have to be something big. If you can afford 1,000 naira, if you can afford 500 naira, go ahead and do it. Sometimes even connecting people with opportunities, right? You might know about a job opportunity for that poor person. Open it up, let them be aware of it. So that is what a Proverbs 31 woman does. She's very deliberate. She's impacting her community. She's giving her time. She's giving her resources. She's opening her arms. She's not waiting till she becomes super wealthy before she does it. So I hope we've learned those 4 different money lessons. I'd like to hear from you. Did you find this interesting? Are you a Proverbs 31 woman? Are you not? What do you want to improve on? What did you learn? I'd like to hear from you. If you enjoyed this, I want you to do something. Click on the subscribe button. Join our channel. Do you know that we have a paid community where we talk about the different things related to investing, from the stock market to cryptocurrency to ETFs, just name it. We're growing a community of people that are learning about their money and making wiser decisions. So now you Proverbs 31 woman, or you Proverbs 31 man that just watched this video, do not forget to share this with your loved ones and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.